Hey guys, welcome back to Style with Substance and welcome again to my Marketing 101 series. As promised, I am doing another Q&A video all about a career in marketing, and I know that you guys have sent in lots of questions that you want answered, so I'm doing just that today. If you like the sound of that, then please keep watching. So the first question is, could you make a video on if maths is really needed for a business marketing major, and if so, what level? Thank you so much, love your channel. So I would say no, maths is not needed. I wouldn't say that there is really any subjects that are necessarily compulsory if you're doing a marketing degree. Most universities, particularly here in the UK, would just ask for you to have good grades across all your subjects that you do right before university. So it depends on different universities, so the requirements will be different, but as long as you have decent grades in all of your subjects, I think you can very much go quite easily into a marketing degree. But it helps if you have experience in similar subjects when you're actually doing the course. So I did economics, psychology and French. One might say is unrelated to marketing. Economics perhaps a little bit from a business standpoint, psychology perhaps a little bit from understanding the way consumers think, but I don't think any subject is really compulsory, if I'm honest. So if you do maths, great. If you don't, not a problem. Someone asked, can you talk about self-promoting, marketing and branding, how to choose classic elements and techniques that I can use probably to build and maintain a brand? So I would say I have experience in terms of building a brand myself from starting my YouTube channel, and I would say that the number one thing that you need to consider when building a brand is for it to be authentic, for it to be true to you, who you are as a person, but also to reflect all the things that you're passionate about. So I would say if you're building a brand, you definitely want to use content as part of your strategy. So putting out content, whether that is pictures, blog posts, videos, podcasts, any content that you're putting out needs to reflect what your passions are. I guess your passions would really become your brand, or your expertise would be your brand. Putting out content that is relevant to that, but also putting out content consistently. And I think you very much need to develop a schedule. If you're building a brand, you want people to know exactly when to come back and consume your content. So having a schedule and letting people know what that is really key to building a following. If you're building a brand, definitely you want to build a following, so that consistency will definitely help with that. In terms of maintaining, I think, consistency helps you maintain and keep growing your audience as far as building a brand, but also evolving. As people, we evolve, and if you are trying to build a personal brand, I think people will understand that you're going to go through different phases in your life, and therefore your content will evolve in that way. So having some variety is always good as well, because we are multifaceted people, so your content can also be multifaceted, and making sure that even though there is that variety, people know what your core subjects are. So that's what I'd say are the key things as far as building a personal brand. How did you find your overall university experience, and how challenging was it to learn the theory of marketing? What salary can I expect to be on in a marketing role after university? Or what jobs would I be able to do if I'm starting to work my way up the marketing ladder? So how did I find my overall university experience? As it relates to my course, I really enjoyed the spread of topics we did. We covered marketing in the legal environment, marketing communications, market research, loads of stuff. We also did a dissertation at the end of the year. So I really enjoyed my course. There was some really good theory there. There was some really good practical elements. I also took a year out. I did a sandwich degree, which means you take your third year out, you do a work placement, and then you come back in your fourth year and you finish your degree. That was really, really valuable, and I would say if you are looking at universities that offer that, definitely consider it, because there's nothing like 1 year of real world work experience in the field of marketing to really boost your CV. I didn't really properly get into the social side of things, if you're interested in that, until my third year, because I was on placement and I was living in Reading with two other Brunel students. I went to Brunel University, and I really got to enjoy being a student because I was making money as well. I would say overall university experience was fantastic for me, but I don't necessarily think that you need to go to university if you want a career in marketing. That's just something to bear in mind. Everybody has a different way in, and I don't think that one way is better than another. It really depends on you as a person, but I really enjoyed it. What salary can you expect to be on in a marketing role after university? Now, I don't necessarily know what things are at the moment, but I know that when I graduated, starting salary for marketing was between 18 and I'd say up to 25k depending on the company. And that was generally agency side, client side, in the sort of tech space across a number of different industries and types of organisations to work in. So I would say it was about 18 to 25, and that's a good starting point to kind of work your way up the career ladder. I had some questions on some of my older videos as well, so I'm going to tackle those too. Hi Nadrine, a fellow marketer here with a relatively urgent question. What marketing automation do you use in conjunction with Microsoft CRM? I'm currently looking for an automation tool that integrates with CRM across the website, emails and webinar tools, ideally integrates with Webinar Jam. Do you have any suggestions? I think this question is about what marketing automation tools, as in email marketing tools, work with different CRMs. I think you're referring to Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and that integrates very well with Eloqua, I've heard, but also Exact Target, I've heard. It really depends. I think Dynamics can integrate with a number of different email marketing solutions, and I think Dynamics CRM within it has an email marketing functionality, so definitely look at that first. I'm in year 11 and I'm very interested in digital marketing. Do you think that a digital marketing and social media level 3 apprenticeship is better than going through the college route? So college, university, same thing. I would say none is better than the other. It's really about how you prefer to learn. So I would say university is very much, from a learning standpoint, is very much theory focused, very coursework related, very project focused. It's all about studying, basically, in my opinion. Whereas apprenticeships definitely give you the opportunity to get work experience, and work experience is so important in the field of marketing, particularly if you're trying to get a really decent graduate job after you finish your studies. So if your apprenticeship offers you the opportunity to get, work experience, then I'd say go for that, go for it, particularly if you think university is not for you. I don't know a great deal about apprenticeships specifically in the marketing field, but if there also, you mentioned that there's a social media element to this as well, very current, as you know, very relevant, and a lot of businesses are really trying to get their head around social media. So if you have that skill, really great to have. I think university courses are catching up, but I don't know of many at the time that I studied anyway that were covering social media. They probably do now, but there's nothing like doing that in situ, like doing that in a company. So if there's an opportunity for work experience, I would definitely take it up. What is the typical minimum or maximum period for an agency contract, and is it possible to get a full-time position with an agency? Also, can you work as self-employed via agency route, i.e. contracting? If you work in an agency, a lot of people are full-time employees. I've only come across a few people who work in agencies as contractors, but it is possible. In terms of being a contractor, as far as having a marketing career, not ever working for a company full-time, but just working for them on a contract basis, i.e. coming in for 3 months at a time, or 6 months at a time, or 12 months at a time, yeah, that's a good route if you are looking for flexibility, if you like change and variety and you don't want to work in the same place for a prolonged period of time, and if you want to increase your earnings. Being a contractor is very much a good way to up your salary, because your day rate is essentially a lot higher than it would be as a full-time employee, because you're not getting all the benefits that a full-time employee gets. So you're not getting your pension, you're not getting your lunch allowance in some companies where they offer that, you're not getting things like national insurance contributions from your employer. Basically, you're not getting all the benefits that a full-time employee would get, healthcare or all that stuff. So that results in extra money. It is, interestingly enough, a route I am very strongly considering at the moment. Most contracts that I've seen for marketing tend to be between 6 to 12 months. I haven't seen loads of 3-month contracts, but it depends on the time of year you're looking. I would like to know, which skills must a marketer have? Interesting. I think as a marketer you need to have great multitasking ability, because a lot of the time you're juggling lots of different campaigns at once, so you need to be able to multitask. You need to be very organized and plan out your tasks for the day. That's a very good thing. I would also say you need to have a knowledge of social media. At a very basic standpoint, you need to know how to use Twitter and Facebook for business to business or business to consumer marketing. I would say you also need to have a knowledge of using some form of marketing automation platform. So for email marketing, that could be Eloqua or Marketo, and then there's some free ones as well. Some knowledge of an email marketing platform or marketing automation platform, and you need to have some knowledge of using a CRM, so whether that's Dynamics CRM, Salesforce, I'm sure there's loads of others, but those would be the skills I would say are good to have. And also project management skills. If you work client side, a lot of what you do is manage agencies and what they're doing, and also a bit of stuff in-house as well. So if you've got good project management skills, then you will go far. I'm currently a business marketing major. I was wondering, do they have jobs that have marketing data and analysis mixed with pitching in advertisement ideas within the retail industry? Generally, I would say that most companies separate the roles for people who do marketing, data and analytics to the roles where people are pitching for new business. I think it's only if you're working in an agency that you would be pitching advertisement ideas, because you would be pitching it to your client. However, if you are working on pitching, there might be an element of being involved in the actual campaign that you're pitching for if you win it, and doing some analysis on how well it's performed. But if you're interested in like pure data and analytics, that generally is just a marketing data analyst role, and pitching, you would be agency side. So two very different roles. In retail, I can't really comment on retail because I've never worked in the retail space, but I imagine those two roles will be kept quite separate unless you worked for an agency, in which case there would be an element of pitching if you were in a senior position in the organisation, and if you were involved in the actual campaign itself and the reporting of it. So agency side would be the best bet to get that kind of role mixed into one. So those are all the questions that I had for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. I will leave links to my social media channels in the description box below. You can also message me on here. If you go to my channel homepage, you can find my personal email and you can send me any questions you have there. But yeah, I guess if you've got any further questions and you want me to do another Q&A, also leave them in the comments box below. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for asking questions, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe for 2 videos a week. Bye!